I always try to improve my recipes, and whenever I look for inspiration and I'm trying to do something different, I'm just opening the fridge and it's there where I find inspiration, because pretty much all the ingredients I'm using, or most of the ingredients I'm using, are in the fridge. So that's how it works for me. I'm not sure if you remember, but a couple of weeks ago I made a chicken burger recipe on this channel, or call it chicken sandwich, whatever works for you, which, to be honest, it wasn't that bad. It was actually quite a good recipe in my opinion. But I thought that I can improve it because the crispiness wasn't quite there, so I just worked on it and I came up with something else, which is today's recipe. And don't worry, I've not made it more complicated, because pretty much everything on this channel is easy and you can do it at home without any issues. There are some similarities to the first recipe, but I believe this one is just a lot better. No more talking, let's get into it. Right from the beginning we start with the marinade, because you want to give to that chicken all the chances in the world to absorb all the nice flavor from within the marinade, if you know what I mean. And for this you need a teaspoon of salt and a good amount of black pepper. Freshly grounded black pepper, because it really makes the difference. If it happens that you don't find buttermilk at the shop, then you can consider normal milk, but bear in mind that you're not going to get exactly the same results. The amount of times you need to twist that pepper milk, absolutely crazy. So moving on, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of turmeric, half teaspoon of smoked paprika, half teaspoon of Cajun spice, and to give you a bit of a kick, apart from Cajun spice, which is a bit spicy but not much, we're gonna be adding a touch of Tabasco, probably a touch more because I like it, but it's totally up to you how much you add. And now to the chicken, and for this recipe I'm using chicken thighs. That's because they have more flavor and in my opinion they just work well for this recipe, but you can obviously use breast if you want to. And for some reason, whenever I'm trying to buy chicken thighs that are already prepared, I never find them, so I have to do it myself, but it doesn't really bother me, it's quite an easy job. But if you can, just get them already done, skinless and boneless. Now cut them into chunks, but slightly bigger than a normal popcorn chicken. And that's because you want your chicken to be very crispy on the outside, but still nice and moist on the inside. Add the chicken into the marinade, and if you can, give it 12 hours into the fridge, because the flavor will be absolutely amazing. But worst case scenario, give it an hour, because otherwise what's the point of the marinade? You still have to give it a bit of time so the flavor can get into the chicken. Wrap the bowl in cling film and in the fridge it goes. And by the way, let me know in the comments how long you ended up leaving the chicken into the marinade. And I really hope you left it overnight, because it will really make the difference. Well, I guess we have more than enough time to prepare the rest of the ingredients. I'm starting with the homemade mayo, and of course you could buy this from the shop, but it's so easy to make, what's the point? Because all you need for this recipe are some very basic ingredients. An egg yolk, a quarter of teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a splash of white wine vinegar, and you add gradually the veg oil. And before you know it, the mayo is ready, and it's a lot better than the one from the shop because it doesn't have that many chemicals, let's be honest. Once ready, add salt and pepper to taste. About a pinch of each will definitely do. A tablespoon of ketchup, a quarter of teaspoon of smoked paprika, of course smoked paprika, what would we do without it? And again, to give you a bit of a kick, because don't worry, the chicken won't be actually that spicy after frying, I'm adding a touch of Tabasco. To prepare the dredge for the chicken, get a large tray and add 300 grams of plain flour. And on top of that goes 40 grams of cornflour. That's the combination that works so well and gets the perfect results. Now into the seasoning. It's actually really important to season your flour. This being said, we start with freshly grounded black pepper, get a good pinch of that, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon of smoked paprika, and I don't know why I left this in the end, but 1 teaspoon of table salt. Depending on how patient you are, after an hour or the following day, get the chicken out and let's get into dredging. What I like to do at this point is add a few tablespoons of that marinade over the flour. And what this does, apart from seasoning the flour in a way, is adding an extra crispiness to the chicken, changing its texture to something better. Now add the chicken into the flour, making sure that you don't add all that liquid with it. Now the process is simple, just make sure that all that chicken gets well covered in flour. If you have to do it one by one, do it, but just make sure that the chicken gets properly sealed before going into the hot oil. Once the chicken is well coated, you can shake some of that excess flour, just in case you have any. Is something like this what you're looking for? It's not rocket science, let's be honest. Nothing complicated. And now let's get into frying, and for this you need half liter of oil and put the pan on medium-high heat. And for this I'm using my wok as pretty much always, because it really does the job in most of the situations. While the oil is heating up, I'm gonna get ready some of the toppings I'm using for this burger recipe. Starting with the iceberg lettuce. And although it doesn't have much nutritional value, I really like it in burgers. It's nice and crunchy and it brings some nice freshness to the burger. wherever are burgers or sandwiches are gherkins too, because they work so well with this kind of combination. And gherkins are good for you, and especially over the winter, these have a much higher nutritional value than the vegetables that are not in season, like tomatoes, which are no longer in season, and I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot with what I just said, but what can you do? Weirdly enough, they still taste good and they have a nice smell, I guess because they are local. Now back to the frying. Your oil should be at around 180 degrees Celsius before you can place the chicken into the pan. Once you added the chicken into the oil, try to maintain the same temperature of 180 degrees Celsius during the period of cooking. And cook the chicken for about 5 to 8 minutes or until it starts getting golden brown. And if you're not sure if it's cooked enough, just check with the probe thermometer. It should have a temperature of at least 75 degrees Celsius. I know I should probably say this in Fahrenheit too, but I never can do this on the go, my brain just doesn't work this way. You can probably let me know in the comments down below what's the equivalent of 180 degrees Celsius and 175. Thank you. Once the chicken got to that nice golden brown color, get it out and place it on a paper towel, so we get rid of some of that excess fat. I know this is a very weird looking cheese, totally agree, but it tastes absolutely amazing. Smoked mozzarella, I highly recommend trying it. But if not, a normal mozzarella will definitely do, or try a cheddar. If you've been following this channel, you probably know by now that I have a weakness when it comes to smoky things, I just can't help it. Place a sheet of baking paper onto a tray and a pile of popcorn chicken just on top. Go ahead and sprinkle a good amount of cheese on top, and what this does is keeping everything together, plus we love cheese in our burgers, right? Get all this into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius till the cheese is melted. While the cheese is doing its thing into the oven, set the pan on medium heat and toast the burger bun. A couple of minutes later, the chicken is ready, the cheese is properly melted, and now let's put this b-boy together. I'm actually so hungry, so let's get into it. First goes the mayo on both sides of the burger bun. I put the mayo into a squeezy bottle, it makes it so easy whenever you have to put it, wherever you have to put it. After that, we're adding the shredded iceberg lettuce, but only on one side, don't be crazy. Followed by the sliced tomatoes, which are not in season, but what can you do, maybe next summer. And now the pièce de résistance, which is the chicken and the mozzarella cheese, which goes straight on top. When I seen that nice golden chicken, I almost forgot about the gherkins. And if you have any other toppings that you like, if you have any other sauces that you like, it's the right time to do so, go crazy and enjoy. This is what I'm talking about. There is no McDonald's, there is no KFC that can make something like this, because it's made by you, it's made with love, and it's absolutely amazing. Cook this recipe, and I'll see you next time. Perfect.